Hello and welcome back to Overthinking Donkey Kong Country. This is part 5, Barrel Cannon Canyon. Barrel Cannon Canyon. So the last level we saw the Kongs swimming through a shark-infested lagoon, and the level before that they were in a cave full of snakes. These are bad ideas. Don't go into a cave full of snakes. I don't care how long you can hold your breath for, I don't care how many swordfishes you're friends with, don't go swimming in shark-infested waters. So we've just established that the Kongs have made a string of bad decisions, but I actually think they top it with this level. Alright, let's get into it. So what's the theme of Barrel Cannon Canyon? I think it's right there in the name. The theme is the barrel cannons. The whole level revolves around the mechanic of the barrel cannons. From introducing the barrel cannons themselves, to highlighting the differences between the blast barrels and the regular barrel cannons, and getting players used to the timing of the shots. I think it's a great idea that they based a whole level around this mechanic, because like Ropey Rampage with the ropes and the swinging mechanics, this is something that the player is going to be using more or less every level from here on out. I feel like this level's a touch more unforgiving than the ones before it as well, especially towards the end. The level really wants the player to just know the mechanic inside out, and really you can't pass the level until you do. A couple of things that I think this level does really well is it brings back the alternate pathways, just like the first level, and it introduces the brown critter. But it doesn't just introduce the brown critter as another enemy that you just have to get past. They actually use it in such a way that it can be used to traverse the level. It can be used to reach areas that would otherwise be inaccessible to you. Alright, that pretty much covers everything from a gameplay standpoint, but what does it add to the overall narrative? How does it link in with the last couple of levels? At face value, it doesn't really seem to have a whole lot in common with the last few levels, but it all starts to gel together when you take into account the shortcut theory. Like the cave and the lagoon before it, Barrel Cannon Canyon is a hazardous but quick path to the other side of the jungle. I like to think that the canyon is known to all the Kongs, but they avoid it because they don't need to use it. The only reason they're using it now is because they have no time to waste. The trail of bananas leads the Kongs to the edge of the jungle, where they find a huge chunk of the banana horde and the first boss of the game. We still haven't gone into why the Kremlings took the bananas in the first place, but I think it'll make a bit more sense once we get to the boss stage, so let's get into it then. So that wraps up the shortcut trilogy. From the edges of Donkey's home, through a cave, underwater, and over treetops, the Kongs pushed through dangerous territory to catch up to the Kremlings. Did the risk pay off? Yeah, I think it did, but we'll get into why in the next one. Alright, that's episode 5 done and dusted. If this one sounded a bit different, it's because I took a different approach with this one. I wrote the script a handful of times, but even though I liked the points, I could never really get it to sound okay coming out of a human mouth. So I decided to dump the script altogether and just riff off each point until I sort of got the message across. To be honest, listening back to it, I'm not really sold on it. I feel like episodes 3 and 4 are a definite improvement on 1 and 2, but even they feel a bit robotic. I think the balance is somewhere in the middle, and I haven't quite gotten there yet. I think my scripts need to be better, and I think I need to get better at just doing this in general. But you know, no one's great at this right off the bat, and working on it and getting better is part of the fun. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I feel like it's getting better, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to keep on getting better from here on out, so I really appreciate you watching and sticking with me. Thank you so much.